Hi guys, Arindam here,
Hey, you!
and in this video I'll be showing you 3 different ways you can complete the mission Ferox Cull, one way for each of the 3 difficulties Gamma, Beta and Alpha. First of all, you need to locate the mission terminal to actually do the mission. For that, you're just going to go to the mission list, find whichever mission you want, doesn't have to be Ferox Cull itself, and you will get the nearest mission terminal located in your HUD. From there you can actually start the mission. Now if you go to YouTube and see all the videos, you will find that the optimal way of completing this mission is using a net gun along with a tech phase pistol. Unfortunately, there are 2 problems. First problem is, since a recent patch for PC, it was patch number 333.4 on Steam, you can no longer use the net gun, or you can no longer use the net gun on creatures spawned on hunt missions. So the Ferox which you used to net using the net gun, you cannot do that anymore. Secondly, the phase pistol needs to be unlocked at level 118 to actually use it. See, it's at 118, which means even if you were to get a phase pistol, a completely made gun from a drop, you will still not be able to use it till you actually unlock it, and for that you need to actually be on level 118. So that means you cannot use the pistol and you cannot use the net effect of. So what do? You are going to use the traditional method. Now if you were to see any of my Genesis 1 missions, you will know that I have used a standardized practice for killing on all the brute enemies. So for Alpha, I had mostly used a hover skiff along with a basilisk. For Beta, I have used a Giganotosaurus or a group of Therizinos, or sometimes Allosaurs with Utyrannus. And for Gamma, I have used a single Therizinosaur. But those methods are still valid on Genesis Part 2. In fact, those methods will make this thing really easy. But I want to show you a new way. Now, the Shadowman is a creature that has been released in Genesis Part 2, which is very good, and some people are saying that it is a replacement for the Thylacoleo. Actually, it's not. It's more of like complements the Thylacoleo's performance. So, to make sure that the Thylacoleo still looks as overpowered dino as it always was, I'm going to complete Gamma and Beta with Thylacoleos. So for Gamma, I'm going to be using a single Unridden Thylacoleo, and for Beta I'm going to be using that one along with its mate. So mate boosted to Thylacoleos, and finally on Alpha I'm going to use the phase pistol. Okay, that was it for introduction, so let us start the mission. Okay, so let us start off with Gamma. Now I would prefer that you do these missions at night because the tracks are easily visible. Also, you are better off doing it on the Eden side where there are less dangerous enemies.
There's no thrill like the thrill of the hunt. Imagine hunting feroxes. You'll definitely come away from this with new survival skills. I suggest finding it and following it back to its pack. What's that over there?
As you can see, it is very easy to spot these things at night. And also, as you can see, I have made sure that the clutter is completely disabled. So I do not need to I do not have to bother about all those grasses hiding these tracks.
Hit it hard until it turns and runs.
So the reason I'm using Thylacoleos and not Shadowmanes is clearly because the Thylacoleo has the bleed attack. The bleed attack alone makes the Thylacoleo very powerful. And here, Thylacoleo my one.
Keep on its tail.
My Thylacoleo is a unmutated child, and it is a first generation child from two max level R-Thylacoleos, and I've given both of them the mutagen so that their levels change from 224 to 244. And finally,
Hit it hard until it turns and runs.
after the Thylacoleo after this Thylacoleo baby has spawned, I have also given it a bit more mutagen, which has increased its stats by a very small amount. But I just need one Thylacoleo that is really good, and this will be my personal mount. So I am willing to sacrifice a lot of mutagens. In total, a single Thylacoleo needs 51 mutagens. So by using 2 on wild and 1 on the child, I had to utilize a lot of mutagens, around 153 to be exact. Now in the last stage, Thylacoleo is really powerful because of the bleed attack, it can simultaneously damage a lot of enemies without.
There's the rest. Take them all down so I can do some field analysis. There's the target. And it's targeting us.
The only thing that you have to be aware of is you should not actually get hit by its ranged attack. That will kill it. Okay, now that our Thylacoleo, as you can see, Thylacoleo barely took any damage. On Gamma, this is very easy. Now, it has two types of minions, Gigantopithecus, which have a lot of health and act more like tanks, and polar bears, which act more like the main damage dealers.
Now that's what I call a hunt.
Very easy mission. Very easy mission.
Should help you train your beast to
And
serious injury.
this is the stats of my Thylacoleo. Obviously, my Thylacoleo is very powerful. And in fact, I initially wanted to take these Thylacoleos even for alpha. In fact, I can still take them for alpha, it will just take a lot of beating. And these are the loot I got. As you can see, the loot is very poor. The main thing to note is Ferox Cull makes sure that the wild dinos will damage less, which is good. So that was a short mission for the Gamma. I'll now show you Beta with mate boosted Thylacoleos. So let me take this guy up to the mission waypoint and I'll see you in a bit. Starting things off with Beta. So I have taken the time to heal up my Thylacoleos, and for Beta, I'll be doing the same with two Thylacoleos, mate boosted of course. Mate boosted ensures that it gets greater survivability and the enemies actually divide their time between the individual Thylas.
Imagine hunting Feroxes. You'll definitely come away from this with new survival skills.
The key thing that you have seen is I have not used my gun on Gamma, and similarly I'll also not use my gun on Beta. I have really powerful guns actually, but I'll not be using them. I think I missed this one. There's the Ferox.
Hit it hard until it turns and runs.
if you are not very cautious, you're going to end up dead, and I got hit a bit because of that. And by the way, I'm using primitive armor. I just have a simple primitive tech armor,
Keep on its
and I
tail.
still took a lot of damage. Fine, that's okay.
Huh, will you look at that? Hit it hard until it turns and runs.
One thing you can also see here is that the Ferox is inherently targeting me and not my dinos. It's only after a very long time it will try to target my dinos. So unless I make a silly mistake like the last time, I should not have a problem.
Keep on its tail. There's the rest. Take them all down so I can do some field analysis.
As you can see, my mate boosted Thylas are completely destroying these enemies. Let's do something. Let's just sit above this guy's back.
Hunter 1, prey 0. Good on you.
And it's done.
That experience should help you train your beast to avoid serious injury.
Around 8,000 and 4,000 lost. And my saddles were, you can think of it anywhere between high journeyman to low ascendant. And this is the combined loot of gamma and beta. As you can see, the loot is not too good. So now that you have seen gamma and beta, obviously the next thing would be to see how alpha is done. So with that being said, let me heal up these dinos and I'll see you in a bit. Hello, so most of you are interested in my alpha run. Now alpha run would be a walk in the park. In fact, it will be easier than both gamma and beta. And probably you also know why. It's because I have a tech phase pistol. I am still not going to be using my net gun, by the way, because it's useless.
There's game nearby.
There is one
Time for a
difference
hunt.
though. My tech phase pistol is an ascendant
You'll
quality,
definitely come away from this with new survival skills.
and
I suggest one
I got this
following
gun
it back to its path.
by completing one of the mission that increases the quality of loot you get in the
What's that over there?
different drops, and I got this really good gun, and it's really powerful. In fact, you might have seen my video on alpha hunting by moonlight. That is the alpha brute malfunction giga video. and I actually killed 3 brute malfunction T-Rexes as well as the brute Giga with this phase pistol. So this is incredibly powerful.
Hit it hard until it turns and runs.
Here, by the way, this is how it looks. 189% damage. This is unbelievable. I mean, if I had to actually craft it using a blueprint, then I would not have been able to craft it, because I believe this the cost of this thing would be enormous. And I actually completed hunting by moonlight with a lot of time remaining. I mean, it's incredible how easy
On
this
its tail.
I mean, this hunting by moonlight alpha solo would be the hardest of the hunt missions in Genesis Part 1, and that mission became a joke with this gun. And that mission, which gives you a total of 17 minutes, I completed it in
Hit it hard until it turns and runs.
7 minutes remaining. That is how powerful this pistol is. This gun has a DPS that actually exceeds my Giganotosaurus's. It's crazy. As I was saying, when I completed Genesis Part 1,
Keep on its tail.
I had completed 171 out of the 176 missions, and the only hunt mission remaining was Alpha Hunting by Moonlight. And I had explicitly mentioned that it's not possible to do it solo unless you want to lose a lot of tames, which I don't. And then I got this pistol and I was like, okay, let's see how good this gun actually is.
There's the
And I
rest.
found
Take
out
them all down so I can do some
this gun is really that good. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to lure it into water. And by luring it inside water, it will actually not be able to use its ranged attack. And because it cannot use its ranged attack anymore, it's basically a sitting duck. Unlike Genesis Part 1 hunt missions, there is no region that is earmarked for the mission, so that your once you start the hunt missions, these dinos can chase you probably nearly the entire map, which is good. Now you could complete this mission with a primitive phase pistol also. It will just take a bit more time, and you have like 1 hour to complete this, so it's really too easy. Pretty easy, don't you think?
You bagged yourself quite a trophy. That experience should help you train your beast to avoid serious injury.
So we completed the mission in under 7 minutes. Very easy, and you don't have to really bother with the net gun. So okay, let's check the loot. So the loot is as usual not that good. My loot quality, by the way, is slightly higher. I mean, not slightly higher. It is 2x times of official servers. So the loot is much better quality. But I'm doing that so as to avoid my any tiresome burden. And that's about it for this mission. I will see you guys in a bit. Now you know that the nerfing of the net projectile from the harpoon gun will actually not affect much in this mission, provided you are careful about its throwing rock behavior. You can always lure the Ferox into water where it will swim and it will not be able to target using the rock projectile. So that's it. Thank you, and we're going to see you in the next
Thanks, mate.
video.